Oh, my goodness.
Hello, guys.
It is
Jimmy.
always
Hi,
great
Roots.
to see you, Dennis. Welcome
Questlove.
back to the show. I just want to say real quick before we get into everything, you do a great charity. You've done it for a long time. Comics Come Home.
Yes.
In Boston.
For the Cam Neely Foundation.
And the Cam Neely Foundation, who helps people dealing with cancer. And
Yes.
And you actually helped my dad out.
His dad stayed at the Neely House in Boston while he was
Saved my dad's
recovering
life.
from his cancer, saved his life. Anyways, it's a big night of laughs we do every year at the Boston Garden. Jimmy has done it a million times, and our 30th anniversary is next year, and he has agreed to appear one more time.
Of course. What are you talking about? I'm definitely going to. 30th year.
For
Dennis.
Jimmy. I mean, come on.
30 years?
30 years.
Look at you for doing this for 30 years. You're the greatest.
Look at us. Look at the two of us.
Of course I'm going to be there.
How much work have we had done?
Oh, my God. I don't even look... I don't even look anything like myself. I don't know who I am anymore.
You know, I can't remember. I was on the show, the second show. Your debut, not the Tonight Show, but
late night.
The late night.
Thank you for doing
De Niro was your first guest the first night. I was the second night.
Jeez.
I know.
We've known each other a while.
How many years ago was that?
It's got to be 16?
Is it really? Wow.
16, the time flies,
God.
bud. Yeah, but look, we're here at the Thanksgiving show. It's a big show for us.
Yes.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Do you have any plans celebrating Thanksgiving?
My family is already arriving at my house as I speak.
Yeah.
So there's probably yelling and screaming and fighting over what movie or football game to watch.
Yeah.
And that will be all weekend. So I'll be just in the TV room watching football, and my food will be served to me, hopefully, there.
That's where you
There'll be that many people at the house that they'll have to give it to me there, but that's my preferred station for holidays, is in front of the TV watching football or hockey, but mostly football.
You told me backstage that you once almost ruined Christmas for your family.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that until we talked about it. So I almost grinched my own family, which is, let me explain. So I sleepwalk, okay? And I literally like get up and do stuff and don't remember, or I get discovered in the middle of stuff. I've done crazy things. So my wife knows this, of course. So my wife wakes up the Christmas Eve one year, and she hears me grunting, like off in the distance somewhere in the house. She goes to the top of the stairs. I am downstairs in my underwear. I've taken all the ornaments and decorations off the tree, all the lights and the star, and I'm throwing it out the side door of the house. Just like the Grinch up the chimney. That's what she sees.
You have no idea what's going on?
I think when it's happening, what I think is so strange. Like, I thought that it was I was supposed to end Christmas for the kids. Anyways, what happens is my wife, you can't scream at a person that's sleepwalking because they can flip out.
Okay.
My wife knows this, so what I realize all of a sudden is I look and there's my wife, and she goes, "Hi, honey," and I go, "Hi," in my underwear,
holding the tree, yeah.
Freezing cold. No, the tree's already outside. I already threw it outside, right? And I go, "Hi, what's up?" She goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting rid of the Christmas tree and all the ornaments and everything." And she's like, "Yeah, I see that, but see, the kids are asleep, and they're gonna wake up and see that you threw the Christmas tree outside." And she kind of goes like this to me, right, like that. And I wake up. So I wake up and I go, "What's going on?" She's like, "You tell me."
Yeah.
So we had to very quietly redecorate the Christmas tree.
That would have been a disaster.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
But I didn't know that you even sleepwalk.
Yeah, I sleepwalk all the time.
So
years ago, I'll tell you another one. Years ago, there was a movie called Crimson Tide, a submarine movie with Denzel and Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman was the bad guy. So my wife and I went to see the movie, and she had gotten this giant armoire that was in the master bedroom with these big drawers, right? So she wakes up in the middle of the night after we came home from the movie, which I loved, and she's like, "What's going on?" And I'm curled up in a fetal position with my pillow inside one of the drawers. And she goes, so she goes, "What's going on?" And I go, "Don't tell Denzel." So it was like, I was on a submarine, right? But like when she woke me up, she was like, it was doubly disturbing because you fit yourself in this drawer with a pillow, but also you were on Gene Hackman's side. Denzel was the good guy.
Oh
so
my God.
I was like, I don't know.
Don't tell Denzel.
Yeah, don't tell Denzel.
Oh,
I'm out of my mind. Out of my mind.
When you were growing up, the holidays, what were the holidays like for you as a little kid? Like, what do you remember? Any toy that you wanted to get?
We always got we got one big toy from Santa Claus, right?
Oh, that's nice.
And you could always tell what that was in the apartment when you came downstairs, because my brother and I were in the attic.
Yeah.
So we had to come down. You would see the one toy. My parents, Santa Claus wouldn't wrap the presents. That was their explanation, right? So that one toy would be on display.
Santa Claus didn't wrap my presents either.
Yeah, so, hey, unbelievable.
Yeah, they
What
really took it easy.
Lazy son of a bitch, that guy.
Oh, so
He doesn't wrap the presents.
They didn't wrap anything. Yeah.
So I grew up in the 60s and early 70s, right? So I don't know if you guys remember this, but you remember creepy crawlers? What that is?
Yes.
Okay. So if you remember that, forget the Easy Bake Oven, how dangerous that was. That came first, right? The year after, the Easy Bake Oven almost killed 1 million kids.
Yeah.
They come
it
out
was
with
an oven that kids would plug in there. Yeah.
So creepy crawlers is not even an oven. It's just it's an open hot plate, right? Swear to God, goes up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and you pour. They have these molds of
right.
creepy crawlers like bugs and spiders, and you pour plastic goop into it, right? Literally, it's the trademark name is Plastigoop. They literally took the C out of plastic. Some guy was like, "Hey, let's take the C out and call it Plastigoop."
Plastigoop?
Yeah, you pour it in, it heats up and bubbles, and then you're supposed to take it out with like these tongs. No kid did that. You reach in with your hands and get burned. So my brother
Merry
got
Christmas.
burned, my sister got burned, and I was like, I'm not going in. You guys, And then the year after that was the Rifleman show was huge.
Yeah.
And they had the Rifleman rifle. Now, I don't know if you remember that. It's Chuck Connors, and he had a loop on the rifle so you could fire it like this without pulling the trigger. It was cooler, right?
Yeah.
It came with plastic bullets. Think about that. The bullets they fire into riot crowds, right? It's what
A kid's toy.
And I literally came down and I saw that and I went, oh my God, it came with 3 bullets. And I opened it up, went like this, put the first bullet in, went like that, boom, hit my sister in the eye. They took the present away.
That's the end of that. Yeah.
Screaming. We spent the morning screaming and crying. And then the capper was, a couple years after that, Cliffy DeCourcy, who lived in the building across the street, we lived downtown Worcester, Massachusetts, like the most city kids you can imagine. His parents got him a hunting bow and arrow for Christmas. We're like 12, right?
Where are you going to use
So
this?
I'm going from the building next door across the alley to my building, right? And as I'm entering the alley, I hear my brother go, hey, look up. And I look up, boom, an arrow goes into my forehead. Could have blinded me. And him and Cliffy DeCourcy literally dropped the bow and arrow and disappear like that. And I walk
Stuck
up.
in your head?
Yeah, stuck in my head. You can still see the scar if you look real close.
Yes, I can. I see it right there.
I walked up 3 flights of stairs because we lived on the top floor.
With an arrow in your head?
With an arrow in my head. It didn't really hurt. It didn't hurt until I walked in the door and my Uncle Jerry was sitting there drinking a beer and he goes, hey, stink. And then it just blood coming out.
Oh my gosh. I've never met anyone. That's so hilarious.
It was like going to Vietnam.
Yes, it was.
During the Vietnam War.
Yes, but here you are with this great, funny holiday movie.
Yes.
It's called Oh, What Fun. It's perfectly fun, entertaining for the whole family.
No kids get shot with an arrow.
No. It's so good, though. And Michelle Pfeiffer's fantastic in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, for me, I'd never even met Michelle Pfeiffer, and I'm a huge fan of hers. I'd never come across her. And I got a phone call. My friends, the producers were friends of mine, and they said, listen, we have a comedy Christmas script. It's really funny. It's kind of like The Ref a little bit. And it's with Michelle Pfeiffer. And I went, I'm in. And they were like, well, no, we'll send you the script. And I was like, dude, you're calling me up to do a Christmas comedy with Michelle Pfeiffer?
I'm in.
Yeah. Like, I don't need this script.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
It's called Oh, What Fun.
Yes.
How do we set it up and who do you play?
The premise is this. So, and this is sort of like speaking to the moms out there. Yeah. Michelle is one of those moms, of course, like most moms, does everything for the family, setting up the Christmas stuff, cooking the dinner, everything. And our family in the movie has a tradition of going to this Santa Claus Christmas show with the grandkids, right? Used to be the kids, now the grandkids. And we leave for the show and forget her. We take 2 cars, and she's not in either car. And she snaps, and she goes on this Christmas cross-country trip to go to the Zazzy Tim show, which is Ava Longoria. which is like a daytime talk show that has a holiday moms contest that she asked us to enter her into, but we forgot. So she snaps and she loses it. So it's literally like if your mom snapped and just took off, and we can't find her.
For the holidays.
So, yeah.
It's super funny. I want to show a clip. Here's Dennis Leary, and oh, what fun. Take a look at this.
Give her a little bit of time and she'll come back.
Taylor's right. She's making complete sense, okay? She's gonna come back, and when she does, we will just admit we screwed up, say we're sorry, we'll own it. And until that point, I want everybody to just suck it up and act like adults. I'm in charge now, and I just want rational thinking here, okay? Everybody just stay cool, calm, and what the hell am I talking about? I can't do anything without your mother.
Dad?
Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Is she gonna come back? Oh my
right.
God.
Dad?
Need some water? You okay?
Without your mother, I'm lost. Without her, what am I gonna do?
Dennis Leary, everybody. Oh, what fun. Premieres globally on Prime Video December 3rd. When we come back, we're playing Wheel of Opinions with Dennis Leary. Stick around, everybody.